Hello everyone, this is MM107 from PurelyPennyStocks.com. Today's stock chart is going to be Loanstar Incorporated. It trades on the over-the-counter bulletin under the symbols TCLN. Now, anybody that's taken a quick glance at this chart can already see that it's made a couple of good bull runs already. Back in July, it had a low of about a half of a penny, and it's currently trading up at around 3 cents as of today. So for the long term, definitely is in a bull trend mode. You can't see it right now, but if I did back this chart up to about a year and a half ago, we were over, actually longer than that, about 1 year and 9 months is when we were at about 5 cents, and then the month before that we were at 10 cents. So right now we are trading at a 52-week high right now, and so pretty much we're in a blue sky territory. So to use the chart as a tool and just go by your instincts and do your due diligence and your research and find out what's behind this move and find out why this move is sustained. Now, most penny stocks run and they go up and down, but TCLN has seemed to have held its gains, and after every big run, it does consolidate for a little bit, but it does seem to hold its gains and go back up. So let's get started here. Right back over here, back in, let's see, July and August, it seemed that we had a resistance of around 2 cents all these times. Now, let's take a quick look at these moving averages. You have the 5-day moving average, the 10-day moving average, the 200-day moving average, and the 50-day moving average all in one place. They're all colliding right now. The bulls are definitely here. The price action is wanted here. The chart is saying this is the price action. Now, let's watch. Right around here, let's watch the 200-day moving average. Right around here, it crosses the 50-day moving average right there. Now, of course, the price is over here. It's already trading, but this indicator right here alone would have been okay for the long haul. The 50-day moving average has just broke the 200-day. It's time to put this on our radar, and now let's really keep a good eye on it. Now, see, if you would have played the 200-day moving average, it would have allowed you for a re-entry right around here when you knew for a fact that the 200-day moving average is a major support. Okay. As the chart ran up late July, early August, it ran into a 2-cent barrier. The bears kept pushing it down every time it got near that 2 cents. It did break out a couple of times. You got one there, one there, one there, but it just couldn't close over that 0192 mark, and pretty much the bears won this battle here. The stock did trade at the 50-day at the 5-day and the 10-day moving averages. You can see that's apparent right here, and the stock does continue to follow trend on the 5-day and the 10-day. So for this particular chart, let's watch the 5-day and the 10-day a lot closer than the 200 and the 50. It seems that the price action stays pretty tight close to it. All right, now over here, what we have an uptrend. If anybody sees it, the strongest way to see an uptrend is to get 3 points on the chart. We got one here, one there, and one right there. Let's get it going. Since it's the bottom, that's going to be our support. Let's move this over just a tad, get it on the line. And anybody can see, got 1 point there, 1 point there, and 1 point there. And you can even consider this little guy right there because it's still going into the web effect. These lines aren't exact. It's just to give you an idea of, where the supports really are in terms of the chart. Now, today, we had some profit taking and we had a lower volume day today, and you can see the price was pushed down. But this usually is just a sign of the everyday trading. The stock price did run up for a little bit. The RSI was pretty high yesterday and the day before, so profit taking is natural to occur. It looks like that it will bounce off this trend line, and you know what? There's actually another trend line above this, but considering that it's above it and it hasn't broken out of it yet, you could consider that line a little bit of a resistance. So TCLN is actually trading within this little channel right here, and if everything works out and the chart continues as planned, it should bounce off this bottom trend line and continue to bounce off the top, bounce off the bottom, and continue to go until these two lines cross, and that's what we're going to need to watch a little bit closer. But right now, it is definitely trading in this channel. Let's move on to this RSI real quick. A lot of people don't touch a stock when the RSI is in this range because they want to be in the area right around here. You want to be buying right around here, and you want to watch the stock take off and move, and when it starts to do that, it enters a higher RSI zone. Many people do call this upper 80 the Momo zone. I pretty much like it when it hits that zone because that's when you're looking to take your profits. And as you can tell, people did, and that's exactly what happened today. The RSI should have no problem recuperating. You can see the MACD. The MACD had a pretty decent gap for a little bit, and it usually does bounce off according to the pattern, except right here, but it stays pretty tight with the red line. So you want to keep a good look on this to make sure it doesn't break and go completely out of control. But right here, the MACD is a little high for where it was yesterday, and today it did cool off a little bit with the profit taking, which is healthy in every stock. You want to see profit taking. You don't want to see all these guys that held below this penny right here holding to 4 or 5 cents. It just adds a little bit of resistance on the offer when people have to buy that many stocks. So seeing this profit taking and seeing these shares turn hands is exactly what you want to see. Now let's get on to this accumulation distribution line. This line speaks for itself. We don't even need to draw a trend line on this thing at all. This thing, as you can see, obviously is in an uptrend. There's no doubt in my mind about it. It should continue to see this line. The company seems to be doing pretty good. There was a reverse merger announced back in July, around August also. They finally finalized it, I believe a couple of months ago. I don't even know, but that's how you can tell from the chart alone that the market knows what it does. And if you just follow the chart, it will tell you where to enter and where to take your profits and do your research, do your due diligence, research the company. If you like what you see, then then you have the confidence level to buy on the 50-day or to buy on this bottom trend line. The bulls are here to stay. Don't let nobody fool you. The bulls, every little push down here, the bulls have responded with buying of TCLN. All right. Now, I don't want people to think that he just drew this bottom trend line on right now to make his story look right. Let's go. I'm actually going to close this chart down real quick and pull up an older one that I had. Let's see. Yes, I want to close. All right. TCLN. Let's see. 1219. Okay, that one's a little too big for us. Okay. We're going to drop this down. Let's make it 700. Okay. And this actually doesn't have it showing. I know where I can show you guys real quick. All right, I got it first, guys. Okay, now let's take a peek at this one real quick. This is TCLN that I anointed last week. Here's my old anointations. So you can see this trend line, I had it drawn already because it had 1 point, 2 point, and 3 points. And if all you have to do today is pretty much take it and then expand it, and you would see that this definitely was the trend that was forming a couple of days ago. So anybody that would have taken this line and extended it would have known exactly where they should have been buying today, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, here's some annotations. RSI is in the Momo zone. See, I was talking about it a little bit earlier before it actually entered that zone. I talked about the resistance. So the chart speaks for itself. You don't need to draw lines on a chart to fit your story. Charts are self-fulfilling. So they don't always tell the story, but it's a very educated guess on which way the market's going to take things. All right, let me close this down. Let me try to show you the almost 2 years ago what TCLN looked like. Let me pull this up. All right, look. See where we are right now? We are trading in this range. This is our resistance line. But once we break out of this range, we're making new highs. The long-term uptrend is clearly seen in this chart right here. Now, maybe the day trader that got in yesterday and entered a little bit higher than they wanted to, but the long-term trader that's been watching this thing grow is definitely happy with their investment today. So not only do you rely on the charts all the time, but sometimes you got to get out there, get your hands dirty, look at those reports, look at those filings, find out who they're merging with, find out who ran the company, are they participated in any activity in the past, have they succeeded? There's all little things you got to ask yourself to make sure. Hey, I do trust my money here at this point because it's your money when it comes to it. So remember, always keep tight stop losses, and it's not profit until you sell. So remember, plan the trade and trade the plan. If you have any other questions, stop by our board on iHub. It's Purely Pennies, or you can visit us on the web at http://purelypennystocks.com. Again, this is MM107 from Purely Pennies over at iHub. You guys have a great day, and if you have any questions, like I said, please feel free to contact us. And keep a TCLN on radar because this increased volume is for a reason. Last week, a Perkins institution was actually filed a 13G. So it looks like some institutions are buying the stock up. So keep this on your radar. Don't let this one fall too far behind, and don't chase this one up. If you're going to make an entry, play it smart and make that entry soon because once this thing breaks this major resistance right here, it's going to take off like a rocket, I feel, because there's no previous resistance to say, hey, TCLN, slow down. No, this thing's going to go into blue sky mode, and it's going to keep on moving. All right, guys, you have a good one, and hope to see you on the boards tomorrow, and good luck trading. And like I said, it's not profit until you sell.